That night, Woobin drove Sonjin home because he was drunk. He helped him into the house, and Minsu came along, asking what was going on. Woobin explained that Sonjin had a little too much to drink, and that he had brought him home. Looking at Minsu, he told her to take care of him, as he would be leaving him in her care. Minsu looked at Woobin and asked him to help her take Sonjin upstairs, to which Woobin agreed. After helping her, Minsu thanked him and expressed her hope that they were able to fix things between them. Woobin smiled and assured her that their bond was not easy to break and that they always found their way back to each other no matter what. Minsu smiled, telling him that it was a good thing and that she hoped their brotherhood remained that way forever. Woobin smiled, wished her good night, and reminded her to take good care of Sonjin, as he could be difficult when drunk. With that, he walked out, leaving Minsu standing there, looking at Sonjin as he lay in bed. Sonjin called out for water, and she quickly grabbed the bottle from the table, sitting beside Sonjin to help him drink. After assisting him, she tried to take off his clothes, but Sonjin stopped her, pushing her away and mumbling that he had a wife and would not allow any other woman to touch him. Minsu laughed softly and reminded him that she was his wife. Sonjin immediately grabbed her hands, slurring his words as he told her how much he loved her and how happy he was that she was his wife. Minsu reassured him of her love, expressing how grateful she was to have him as her husband. As she tried again to take off his shirt, Sonjin pulled her closer, holding her tightly in his arms and begging her not to leave him, wanting them to stay like that forever. Smiling, Minsu assured him that she was not going anywhere. She looked at him as he peacefully fell asleep, gently touching his face and admiring how handsome he looked, feeling lucky to have him. Moving closer, she intended to kiss him, but before she could, Sonjin held her tightly and drunkenly confessed his desire to give her many babies if she was okay with it, expressing his excitement about starting a family with her. Minsu smiled as she listened to him, deciding to stay in his arms until he fell asleep, since he refused to let go of her. Meanwhile, Woobin was driving home, but he couldn't get Yuna out of his thoughts. He knew he had to apologize for the way he had treated her and talked to her. Looking at his phone, he contemplated calling or sending her a message, but couldn't bring himself to do it. He knew he had messed up and hurt her, and he doubted she would want to see him. Changing his mind, he decided to pass by her place in case he saw her. Upon arriving, he parked his car nearby and noticed her car outside. Just as he was about to get out and approach her, he saw Yuna's K-pop boyfriend step out of the car, pull her close, and kiss her. Woobin sat there, watching them embrace, his heart breaking. He knew he had no right to feel that way, especially since he had repeatedly mistreated Yuna. He realized she deserved better, and noted how happy she looked with her new boyfriend. Giving her one last glance, he drove away. The next morning, Sonjin slowly opened his eyes and looked at Minsu, who was fast asleep next to him. He kissed her forehead, got out of bed, and went to the kitchen. A while later, he returned with breakfast and gently woke her up. As she opened her eyes, he wished her a happy birthday and handed her breakfast in bed. Minsu smiled, pleasantly surprised that he remembered. Sonjin assured her that there was no way he would forget such an important day. She looked at the breakfast and thanked him, asking if he had made it himself. Sonjin nodded and watched as she ate. He told her that he planned to take the day off work to celebrate her birthday with her. Minsu smiled and told him it wasn't necessary, since it was just another day that would pass. Sonjin held her hand, explaining that birthdays were a reminder that one was still alive and should be celebrated, as there were people who wished they could have lived longer but didn't make it. Minsu smiled and agreed to spend the day with him, stating that she didn't want anything extravagant, just a simple celebration between the two of them. Sonjin agreed, moving closer and holding her in his arms. Since it was her birthday, he insisted that she shouldn't have to feed herself. Taking the fork from her, He fed her as she smiled at his affectionate gesture.